Thank you very much. It's very familiar territory, news conferences, because we used to give them on a almost daily basis. I think we probably maybe won the nomination because of news conferences. And questions? Yes.
Mr. President, so what do you think about the Christmas videos this year versus last year? And do you think we're going to play any board games?
Even better. And we're going to have some competition, and it's going to be a beautiful thing.
What about the Guzman family in 2019? Any comment?
They're going to do tremendous things in this country. And they're very excited.
So, Mr. President, what do you think about the overall Christmas spirit this year?
There's a great spirit going on right now, a spirit that many people have told me they've never seen before, ever.
Mr. President, I heard you were actually in attendance at Alexa's choir recital the other day. What do you think about her performance and the rest of the bands?
Very beautiful, a beautiful event. We have great talent, tremendous talent, and I've heard some of these bands over the years. They're incredible.
Now, Mr. President, are you familiar with Adrian's favorite Christmas time food?
Ham, big supporter.
I'm sure you're familiar that around this time of year, Adrian likes to enjoy a Christmas Day ham, which can often lead to the fabled Mega Duke. What do you have to say about a Duke of this magnitude, a Mega Duke bowel movement, if you will?
It's a movement like the world has never seen before. It's a movement that a lot of people didn't expect.
Well, Mr. President, we've got numerous reports that this so-called Mega Duke actually did happen last year. Have you heard anything from Adrian and Rochelle?
They said it totally never happened. Now, somebody would say, oh, of course he's going to say that. I respected the fact that he said that. I'll be honest. I think if he did have something, they would have released it. They would have been glad to release it.
Well, let's just say, Mr. President, there are many of us that believe it did in fact happen last year. There was an orchestrated cover-up, and they just didn't report it.
And didn't report it? That's a horrible thing. That's a horrible thing. It would have been the biggest story in the history of stories. And they would have said, immediately you have to get out. Nobody even talked about it. It's a very terrible thing. Yeah.
Now, Mr. President, I've heard that David has been contracted to make several holiday foods this year. Care to comment?
David, he's fantastic. He's fantastic. He will do a truly great job.
Obviously, this is a very big job for one person. You also have the expertise of my mom as well as the amazing desserts by Jessica. Are we going to be getting David any help this year to, so to say, make Christmas dinner great again?
We're going to be talking to a few people also to help David, and we're going to set up a group. These are the top of the line, the absolute top of the line, and they're going to get together. And something I feel very, very strongly. So you'll get the information on David, and I think you'll be very impressed with the job he does. We looked long and hard. We interviewed at least 100 people, some good, some not so good, but we had a lot of talent, and we think this selection will be something that will, with time, straighten it out, and straighten it out for good. So David is going to do a fantastic job.
Now, Mr. President, I know you've been a longtime admirer of my parents' cabinets in their kitchen, so much to the point where you actually recently invested in those cabinets. What are your thoughts on them?
I think we have one of the great cabinets ever put together. And we've been hearing that from so many people. People are so happy.
Now, Mr. President, as you know, every year when I try to run board games and explain the rules, Adrian has a tendency of interrupting nonstop. This year, I have dedicated myself to either fine him money or attack his face with punches. Care to comment?
That will happen. Whether it's a tax or whether it's a payment, probably less likely that it's a payment, but it will happen.
Well, as you know, Mr. President, it's happened pretty much every single year. So what do you have to say about that?
What I say is we shouldn't have allowed that to happen. It's not going to happen anymore.
Now, Mr. President, I understand that you and Jonas have been competing for quite a few years to see who can create the largest amount of funny YouTube videos. Currently, it says that both of you are at 0%. Care to comment?
I've been competing with him for a long time, and he's going to crack that 1% barrier one day.
I doubt either of you will. Anything else?
I've heard that he's a nice guy, and I've been hearing it. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I think that's all I have for now, sir. But let me go ahead and pass it over to my beautiful girlfriend, Jessica.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Excuse me!
No, not you.
Can I just?
Not you. Your organization's terrible.
This is my desk!
Your organization's terrible. Let's go. Go ahead.
Can I just?
Quiet. Go ahead. She's asking a question. Don't be rude.
Can I just?
Don't be rude.
Hello?
Don't be rude. No,
Hey! Can I?
no, I'm not going to give you a question. I'm not going to give you a question. You are fake news. Go ahead.
I see you've been calling on Edward a lot. I've heard you two go way back. How would you describe him?
A very, very, very amazing man. A friend of mine. Great guy.
Trumpy. What's my nickname, bro?
DeMac.
Well, I think I'm good for now, sir. But let me go ahead and pass it over to my beautiful girlfriend, Jessica.
Go ahead.
Actually, I don't really have a question, just more of a comment. Merry Christmas, everyone.